And here in the U.S., pressure is mounting on Boeing and the FAA to take action. The number of airlines grounding the Boeing 737 MAX 8 around the world is growing as the first Canadian airline joins the list. And take a look. Those are the Boeing 737 MAX 8s flying in the air just last week. And then look at this. This is the number overnight. So let's go to ABC's David Curley at Reagan National Airport with more. David, good morning.
Good morning, Paula. The more than 70 737 MAXs are in service this morning in the U.S. In fact, one took off from right behind me earlier this morning. Despite all that worldwide action, the FAA says they can fly for now. Countries and airlines around the world this morning are grounding or banning the 737 MAX 8. But here in the U.S., the FAA is doubling down against such a move. We've learned there have been reports of concerns. 2 U.S. MAX pilots telling authorities in November that the nose of their plane suddenly dipped after engaging the autopilot. Another pilot also anonymously complaining about a lack of training for the new aircraft. The FAA says there are no verified incidents in the U.S. similar to the first crash, and it has no basis to order grounding of the newest version of the 737. It has been involved now in 2 crashes in less than 5 months. The president jumping into the debate now, tweeting that modern jetliners are too complex to fly. That led to a phone call with the CEO of Boeing, who told the president his company's planes are safe. The New York Times reporting the head of Boeing asked the president not to ground his fleet. Around the country, passengers are asking, am I flying on a 737 MAX? Do I want to?
No, that's scary.
I think getting to and from the airport is more dangerous than actually getting on the aircraft.
I definitely do a different plane.
In both the Ethiopian crash and the one in Indonesia last October, flight crews apparently had trouble right after takeoff controlling the aircraft. But there is no indication suggesting those 2 crashes are related. We're still learning more about the 8 American victims. Among them, Dr. Manisha Nukavarapu, an internal medicine resident at East Tennessee State University. She was on her way to Kenya to visit family.
Her sister had just given birth to triplets, and she was very excited to do this.
And Matt Fassir of California. His mother says he was excited to attend the UN Environment Assembly for the first time. Now, the FAA says its decision not to ground is based on evidence. That's why the data from those black boxes is so important and so timely as well. Cecilia?
It's all about these black boxes right now. Okay, David, thank you. Let's bring in our contributor, Colonel Steve Ganyard, a former Marine fighter pilot and aviation expert. Good morning to you, Steve. So we just heard David Curley there say, you know, the fight over this black boxes has lasted days. We now know that they could be sent elsewhere, likely to Europe, somewhere overseas. But what has this delay done to the investigation?
It's inexplicable and it's inexcusable because every day that they delay is another day we don't find out what happened to this airplane. So the investigation itself should be going on in parallel. They're at the crash site, but they have the black boxes. They need to do the analysis of the data and do the crash site. Look at this black box, which is really orange, so they can find it. This is really just a big hard drive. So we always keep talking about these mishaps, find the black box. That's because this will almost always answer why an airplane went down. So every day the Ethiopians delay it, they're putting the general public at risk.
China, Europe, Australia, South Korea, countries all over the world saying we're not going to fly this plane right now. The FAA is holding firm, and you think that's the right decision?
I do, because there's no scientific evidence at this point that says there's a problem with this airplane. And so until they find a problem, we need to continue to fly this airplane. You know, George, when the Lion Air airplane crashed in Indonesia, that was brought down by maintenance malpractice and pilot incompetence. People are understandably a little bit nervous, but right now this is a perfectly safe airplane until we find out otherwise.
Steve Ganyard, thanks very much. Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.